it's Matt. I'm watching Naruto Shippuden for the first time. Here are my thoughts on episodes 77 and 81. I ordered a Naruto t-shirt and it just came in. Ichiraku Ramen Shop, and here it is. And you can see Iruka Sensei, and he's talking to Naruto, and I'm so happy with it. And this part is like velvety, so really excited about that. Episode 77, Team Asuma is heading into the woods to find Akatsuki. They get to Hidan right away and they try to kill him, but he's immortal. There's a conversation between Asuma and Shikamaru, and Asuma is really insistent that you can't sacrifice them until it's absolutely necessary. He uses a metaphor of chess to explain it to Shikamaru. In the fight, Asuma does the meditation thing. Maybe it's just something that the Guardian Shinobi 12 can do. At the end, he does like a fire thing, and then we go to the next episode. So episode 78, Asuma's fire thing, the explosion, it didn't even hurt Hidan. He's chilling, he's in this circle. He looks like a zombie. Asuma collapses after Hidan stabs himself. It looks like whatever Hidan does to himself ends up happening to Asuma because Hidan is immortal. He can just keep on doing stuff to Asuma. Hidan stabbed himself, but Shikamaru is holding him, using his shadow. He's taking all of Shikamaru's strength, and so the other two guys that they brought with them are just kind of like guarding Shikamaru at this point, basically. Shikamaru is trying to strategize and figure out how to beat these enemies, and he realizes that Hidan is stuck in this circle that he's drawn on the ground. This is his shadow to kind of force him out of the circle, which breaks the curse that Hidan is using against Asuma. Now they're able to hurt Hidan without hurting Asuma as well. Shikamaru figured all of that out just by thinking, which is so crazy. Episode 79, the fight is continuing. I think everybody's being too reliant on Shikamaru. He is being used for close range combat with his shadow, and then also for strategy. I feel like it's just too much pressure to put on him. I think he's gonna collapse under the weight of it all. They end up chopping off Hidan's head. He still doesn't die because he's immortal. Kakazu reattaches Hidan's head to his body. This is all very Breaking Dawn Part 2. Then Hidan swings the triple curse blade, and we think it's about to hit Asuma. Turns out it lands in Hidan, but he's back in the circle, so it affects Asuma again. It's the same trap that he was put in the beginning. So now Asuma's been stabbed 3 times with this triple curse blade. We'll keep going until it kills its victim. Shikamaru really blames himself for allowing Asuma to be vulnerable. He, as a strategist, feels like he should be able to save everyone, and Asuma sacrificed himself for the team. At the end, Hidan stabs himself through the heart, and it kills Asuma. Episode 80, the curse is complete and Hidan stops being his zombie self. They want to heal Asuma, but he knows he's not going to make it. Heartfelt goodbye. He tells each of them his final words. Ino to never lose to Sakura. He tells Choji that he's going to be the strongest fighter of all, and he tells Shikamaru that he could be Hokage, but he probably doesn't want to. Just thinking again about this chess metaphor and how Asuma is a sacrificial pawn and he thinks of Shikamaru as a knight. There's this question of who the king is. In his dying breath, he tells Shikamaru who the king is, but the audience doesn't hear. Asuma is so particular about sacrifices, especially after his conversation with his dad, the third Hokage, and he's giving the same importance to sacrifice over to Shikamaru in his death. It's a beautiful episode, and it's very sad. Episode 81, Naruto is still training and Yamato is still stabilizing him, getting really discouraged. Back with the Akatsuki, they finally reveal their big overarching plan. Step 1 is to get money. Step 2 is to use the money to form a mercenary shinobi army. Step 3 is world domination. In between step 2 and step 3, basically their plan is to use the mercenary army as hired contractors who will work for any of the villages who need protection that don't have enough people to justify having their own shinobi league. They're going to gain control of more and more villages. Once they're in charge of all of the villages, they're going to start using the tailed beasts to start war. They'll be able to have a monopoly on war. This whole plan is based on the idea that war is a constant. So they're trying to get a monopoly on war, and this is how they're doing it. And once they have a monopoly on war, world domination. I don't know why they want world domination. I don't know why they think they'd be happier or more fulfilled with world domination, but they do think that the next goal for them. After a hint from Kakashi, Naruto figures out how to use 3 different shadow clones to do the jutsu that he's trying to do. Kakashi is so impressed because Naruto is the only person that has both the skill and the chakra to be able to sustain 3 different shadow clones to make this happen. These were great episodes. Great fight, great characters, really built up Asuma and then killed him, which made it so much more heartbreaking. This emphasizes how important Shikamaru is going to be moving forward because he has all of this additional depth of character. He's still reluctant, he doesn't have a lot of ambition, but he knows he's a really great strategist. He wants to be on the front lines because it feels more helpful, but ultimately he has to stay in the back just trying to figure things out. There'll be so much conflict and tension in his mind, and it's going to be so exciting to explore. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. I think he's going to feel a lot of responsibility. I'm really excited about Naruto's new power. I don't totally understand how the Wind Rasengan is going to be any different from the Rasengan, but maybe it'll just be bigger. It'll be fun to see Naruto learning how to fight with it instead of just doing it. I'm interested in how the Akatsuki, especially Kakazu, have this really big yearning for money. I want to see if they drain villages' economies, what that does. It's really cool to finally see the Akatsuki's plan laid out like this. All the Guardian Shinobis are dead. Maybe in the future they'll make a new League of Guardian Shinobis. I'm really excited to see what happens next.